Yo, what is going on, you guys? It's your boy King Sanders here, and we are back with another day of sports betting. This is going to be for Sunday, August 7th slate of MLB action. I'm super excited to dive into it. We do have a full slate literally starting at like 11:30 Central Time all the way through the night, so I am very excited to watch some baseball tomorrow before, we all do have to go back to our normal lives, go back to work, stuff like that. But it's going to be really nice to just have a very chill day, watch some baseball, watch some really good matchups, and that the Padres and the Dodgers game late night, that's going to be really exciting to watch. I'm super excited to watch that one for sure. Great pitching matchup, Darvish and Anderson. I'm really excited to watch that one. Don't have any plays because it just makes me way too nervous, but I really do. I'm so excited to watch that game. But without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive into it. But before we do, I did just want to go ahead and say that we are still currently on the road to 7,000 subscribers. So if you guys are new, make sure that you guys do like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. Next, I did just want to go ahead and give a quick shout out here to all of our members here on the channel. Thank you guys so much for everything that you guys do. And thank you guys so much for giving such a small channel such a big chance, as I always say. It truly does mean the absolute world to me. Way more than you guys will ever know. So, without any further ado, let's go ahead and do a quick recap from yesterday because we almost brought out the shades 2 days in a row. We really did. We were super, super close to it. So our first play we did have was the Phillies run line versus the Nationals at minus 130 odds. The Phillies, they blew out the Nationals, and it really wasn't even close. I know that there was some concerns without having Bryce Harper in the lineup, but they were able to take care of business here versus the Nationals, so I'm really glad that one worked out. Then we had the Rays run line. I even said in yesterday's video that I thought it was a really good parlay piece. They got smoked. They actually got smoked by the Tigers. The Tigers just outplayed them in just about every form and fashion. It was absolutely ridiculous. The Rays played terrible yesterday. Tigers played great. So, it was just a tale of two teams, and, the Tigers came out on top. So it is what it is. Then we had the Rockies, first five, team total under 1.5. They didn't score a single run. There was absolutely no sweat to it whatsoever. So that one did end up working out for us. Ended up going 2-1 once again. So we were super close, 4-1 run over the last 2 days. Hopefully we can extend that to an even better record here over today's video. So without any further ado, I'm going to quit rambling on and let's go ahead and dive into it. So our first play of the day, if you guys are wanting to literally wake up and sweat out a bet, let's do it together. Our first play of the day, we're taking Houston and Cleveland under 8 runs at minus 105 odds. Now, if you take a look at it, Houston is 37, 20, and 1 to the under on the road, which is the second best under percentage on the road in the entire MLB. Very, very solid. Houston definitely is a great team to target the under on the road. Cleveland, on the flip side of things, they're not necessarily as profitable to the under at home. They are just 23 and 25 to the under at home, but I think it's a really great pitching matchup, which is why I really do like it this year, as of right now. Also, in this series so far, there have been 3 games, and 2 of them have gone under, so, they have gone under a lot more often than not, so I really do like to see a trend like that. And they've also played each other 6 times so far this year, and they've gone under in 4 of them. So that's definitely a pretty good percentage to me. I will be taking my odds with that one for sure. Also, as a road favorite this year, Houston, they are 31 and 15 to the under as a road favorite. So they're really solid to the under as a road favorite. I think it's another great spot. Houston's been favored pretty much in almost every game that they've played this year. So as a, just on the road in general, but especially as a road favorite. And they are also 58 and 34 to the under as a favorite over the course of the entire season, just in general. So I think that that's a great spot to target anytime that they are favored, regardless of if it's on the road or at home. They're a really great team to the under, and I definitely foresee some more of that here once again. Now, if you want to get into some of the more stats, Houston, they are 11th when it comes to runs per game. So they're definitely, just outside the top 10, so they're not a bad offense. There's no, I'm not saying that they're bad by any stretch of the imagination. And Cleveland's 16th, so once again, they're kind of in that middle tier. I don't think that they're bad at all. But Houston, they are second when it comes to runs allowed in the entire MLB, so they're a fantastic defense. I think they can definitely hold this Cleveland offense to low-scoring numbers. And Cleveland, they're 17th, so It's not like they're tremendous defense, but they are kind of in that middle tier. But I really love the pitching matchup. There's no doubt about it. First things first, for Houston, they're going to be pitching Christian Javier. Dude has been absolutely fantastic. Has a 3.24 ERA over the course of the season, 0.0 through 5 2/3 innings pitched versus Cleveland so far this year. Definitely solid numbers. Javier in his last 3 starts has 2, 3, and 1 earned runs in his last 3 starts, and they've been against solid teams. The 2-run game was against Boston, one of the best offenses in the MLB. The 3 was against Oakland, so it was just a fluke, I guess. I don't know. That one was just a rough game for him. Then the 1 run was against the Yankees, and Yankees, as we all know, a fantastic offense. So the fact that he held them to 1 shows that Javier really can get things done. So I think he can again versus Cleveland. And Tristan McKenzie is going to be on the mound for Cleveland. Definitely one of their best pitchers in their pen. He does have a 3.38 ERA over the course of the season, 2.48 ERA in his last 5 games, and a 1.29 ERA through 7 innings pitched versus Houston. So he has been fantastic versus Houston so far this year, and he has been starting to trend in the right direction in his last 5 games. So I really do see a lot of value with that one. Also, whenever it does come to the bullpens, these are some of the best bullpens in the entire MLB. Houston has the best bullpen ERA in the entire MLB, and Cleveland, they have the 7th best bullpen ERA in the entire MLB. So both these teams are in that top 10, top 7, if you will, and Houston, they have literally the best one in the MLB. So we're going to be riding with it. That's going to be our first play of the day. Houston and Cleveland under 8 runs at -105 odds. Now, for our second play of the day, we're going to be taking the Blue Jays and the Twins no-run first inning at -120 odds. And truthfully, this is just a little bit of a line reading pick, and I just don't understand it. I really don't. Why is this juice to the under? That's really what it is. Because if you look at it, Minnesota, they're 3rd when it comes to first inning runs per game. The only thing I can think of is at home, in first inning runs per game, it does end up dropping down to 13th, so that is a little bit of an advantage. In Toronto, they are 12th when it comes to first inning runs per game. So they are both in that top 12 when it comes to the first inning runs per game. So they do score at a high rate in the first inning. But the only thing I can really think of, we do have very solid pitchers here on the mound. We do have Kevin Gausman for Toronto. He does have a 3.06 ERA over the course of the entire season. He does have a 2.02 ERA on the road so far this year, and he has hit 8 straight NRFIs. So that's definitely a number that I want to ride on. Hopefully he can make it 9 for us. And on the flip side of the mound, we have Chris Archer from Minnesota. Chris Archer's been really up and down, but one thing he has been very solid in has been the NRFI category. So he does have a 4.05 ERA over the course of the season, 4.14 at home this year, but he is 7-1 in his last 8 NRFIs. So I think that does speak a lot of volume. So that's going to be our second play of the day. Blue Jays and the Twins, no-run first inning at -120 odds. Now for our third and final play of the day, we're going to be taking the Mariners -0.5 here in the first 5 versus the Angels at -115 odds. Now, both of these teams are very, very comparable when it comes to first 5, overall stats, a little bit of everything. Seattle, they are 54 and 53 to the first 5 run line, just over the course of the entire season. The Angels, 54 and 51. So there's literally only a 2-game difference between the two teams when it comes to first 5 run line. In Seattle, they are 23rd when it comes to runs per game. Well, the Angels, they're 24th. So both these teams are literally neck and neck when it comes to runs scored. Seattle, they do have a little bit better of a defense, which is why I'm going to be kind of riding with it. But Seattle is 7th when it comes to runs allowed in the entire MLB. Los Angeles, they're at that 14th spot. So they are a little bit worse. Gave up a little bit more runs, so that's where I'm going to be targeting it. Marco Gonzalez is also going to be on the mound here for Seattle. He's been pretty solid over the course of the season. He does have a 3.95 ERA on the year, a 3.55 at home, and a 3.0 through 6 innings versus LA. So hopefully he can continue that good trend versus LA, and maybe he can just pitch a shutout in the first 5. That'd be nice. But on the flip side of the mound, they're pitching Tucker Davidson for the Angels, and Tucker Davidson has really been up and down all year. He does have a 6.46 ERA over the course of the entire season. In the last four games that he has started, he does have an earned run log of 1, 5, 0, and 5. So dude is either really good or really bad. So we're going to just be hoping that he does have a pretty bad game. And this is going to be his first game with the Angels. He was pitching in Atlanta before, and this is going to be his first game with the Angels, so it may take a little bit of time to truly, start to click and connect with the team. So I think that he is going to have some jitters, first game jitters with his new team. So that's why I'm going to be targeting kind of the other direction. So that is going to be our third and final play of the day. Mariners -0.5, first 5 run line versus the Angels at -115 odds. So that is going to do it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys do like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. Like I said, we are still currently on the road to 7,000 subscribers. So if you guys are new, make sure that you guys are subbed. But that's going to do it for me. This is King Standard signing out. Peace.